Okay, great. We're ready. So, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for the invitation to this talk. I would like to tell you a little bit about what happened in Fabbri for a greater sustainability of our solutions. So, let me tell you who and what the Fabbri Group is. We are present in Europe and in Italy with numerous plants and branches, 100 million turnover, many machines, lines. And the specific feature of our business is that of developing both machines and films for packaging of fresh products. In this slide, you can have an overview of the stretch solution and the barrier solution. And here you can also see the line of our machine manufacturing line, which are used to pack and film the products. We use our own films, but also films made by competing companies. One specific element on which we have invested pretty much on recent years, and that I will explain better later on, is the development of alternative and innovative films. Amongst these, I would like to highlight Nature Fresh, a first ranking in the world, which is compostable. It can be used both automatically and manually. And this was our way of responding to the themes of sustainability. I will not dwell onto this slide long because previous speakers have already spoken about this. But from surveys, we have seen that manufacturing companies have to be active to achieve change. So they must promote change, companies must. And then another response from interviewees in surveys, consumers are willing to pay a little bit more for a packaging that is more sustainable and also biodegradable and compostable. Of course, these are answers that are given during the interviews, and we don't know what happens in supermarkets, but my doubt, in fact, is whether these are the actions that the consumers will put in place, that they are willing to pay 5 cents more to have a compostable pack. But what is sure is now that this is a very sensitive theme. And even if the consumer is not willing to pay a little bit more, well, they will choose a compostable pack rather than a traditional pack to buy a certain product. And then if the price is lower, then of course that product will have a greater possibility of sale. Even legislation is developing strongly, and we have to take care of how legislation evolves. Now let me focus on Nature Fresh. It is a stretch film for fresh products, packs, which is absolutely completely compostable. Therefore, it can be thrown away in the organic bin, or if you have a garden, in the composting patch. It is a see-through film which is also breathable. So it allows the product's shelf life to be longer, and we have received the approval and support of the European Union, which decided to fund and finance this project. But beyond this, which is of course interesting, we should also highlight that the European Commission declared that this is a project we have to invest for the future. So what are the features in detail? The remote doesn't work perfectly. I apologize. So, to start with, certification. The product has been certified by independent bodies, but also by Italian bodies. We wanted from the beginning, initially, to have an end life of this product in composting plants and be accepted by those bodies and industries that compost these products, so as to make circular economy come to life really. It is usable for domestic composting, well, not in cities, of course, but in, farming areas in the countryside where it is more possible. This film has even a better performance than PVC films for its transparency and breathability. This is one of the elements that is acknowledged and certified. So no plastic, it can be used on any type of product, even those that have a high fat level. It was awarded numerous prizes in Italy and abroad, in Europe, for example, because of its innovative spirit. In the function and application in meat, we have tested it out to see how to preserve this product by comparing it to PE, and we see that after a couple of days in the PE film wrapped meat became darker. It did not occur with Nature Fresh because the vapor, the steam, does not develop inside, because Nature Fresh is breathable and so no steam forms. And so this means that the shelf life is longer at the supermarket. So it is made with the EcoVio. Nature Fresh has collaborated with BAF, and we are really very, very happy of our collaboration that has been started in 2016. And so quite some time ago. It's not something that you can invent during the night. You need time, you need investments. We have spent millions of euros in this process, and we are, seeing many good results. We've used the film also on machines, so for automatic use, we use more and more this film, which is used both domestically and at international level. Partners from the US, Germany, UK, that to use it for products that they want to launch in the market, international market, so both at home and at industrial level. And this is a spin-off that we had not imagined initially, but which is seeing quite a lot of success. We've used it mainly in meat, and one of these examples I'd like to show you. And so Westaway that adopted this system with Nature Fresh, with our machines as well. But Westaways, what I want to share with you is that Westaways increased the production of its sausages thanks to the fact that they could exploit this more sustainable pack, and you can see him in the photograph on the left, and he communicated this very openly and funnily. Irony is very important in communication, and this communication allowed him to differentiate his product on the market. Therefore, he attracted the new distributors and new consumers. This has made us to continue to invest and develop further our research. And now we are studying and researching barrier film. As I said initially, we make both machineries and films. So for MAP, so barrier films, we are now working on a 100% compostable film. We have manufactured our first reels. We have seen great results in our tests, and we are continuing the study of this new product, which we hope will achieve the same positive results of Natafresh. The compostable stretch film is already used by private labels like Pink Lady and larger distribution and hypermarkets, and this we hope will happen also for Nature Lived, which is a compostable barrier film. Now, just a quick comment vis-à-vis sustainability. Well, we need to measure sustainability. Nowadays, most brands declare, I am sustainable, I'm green, I'm this, that, and the other. But for sustainability, there are now solid ways to assess it. Normally, this is done with the life cycle assessment, i.e. an assessment of packaging during its whole life cycle. And with the LCA, we discovered many different things. Products that look dirty and unsustainable are instead advantageous for numerous reasons. We have compared here, not us, Fabbri Group, but the Parma organization of the university analyzed this carton pack and the carton tray with our Natafresh film. You can see here the CO2 quantity that is generated by the carton pack and the CO2 generated by the carton tray with the Natafresh wrap. As you can see, these are the figures. So the mixed solution tray underneath and compostable plastic on top has an impact of CO2 that is 44% lower than the previous one. So these are figures, these are facts. This is the evidence. So when you choose the carton pack rather than the film pack, I'm really scared for my grandchildren, because we will generate more and more CO2 with the choice of this pack. We will generate more CO2 than the CO2 emissions we are generating today. So I really hope that decisions will be made not on ideas, but on facts, not on greenwashing, but on evidence. And I say this especially for our children, for the future generation. Now, going out of the framework of our activity of packaging, just considering the plastic bottles we see around, you can see at the bottom that the energy we use is lower for plastic than for glass. And so, obviously, the real problem of plastic is its collection and recycling. So this is where we need to act and find solutions, as in fact, there have been good solutions made available already at high level in Italy. So please do not make your choices because of greenwashing.